Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Welcome back to another one of my audio and visual diaries. And diary, this one was a short one, but still a good one. Sometimes I love to batch create my vlogs, not on purpose because I do intend to do them on the weekly basis. But when I do have to push them back, I love batch creating because it gives me some real good time to reflect on what I've been doing over the last few weeks. This week in particular was the week before we went away for Leila's Nationals in Florida. So it's a lot of prep. Doing nails, make sure that I know what I'm packing. Am I making nails that coordinate with the outfits and such? But also, this is Leila's trip. So of course, her being ready, her feeling prepared is priority. And it's so funny because about a week or so before this point in the video, she leaned over to me and she said, "Hey mom, when are we going shopping for Florida?" And I was like, "Shopping for Florida?" And then it clicked to me, this is your daughter, Janae. This is your daughter. She has to pull off looks. She has to be prepared to leave the state. She said, "When are we going shopping?" And it just brought me back to the times when I was going away on trips and she's watching me prepare and such, and, you know, getting different looks together for just different things and days and events. And I'm like, wow, this is really my daughter. She really caught on fast. So I ended up taking her to King of Prussia Mall. I said to myself, okay, I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg for this vacation, but also I do want her to have some nice things and feel like she prepared and shopped for it, you know? So I said, okay, we'll start at Primark and then we'll work our way around. So that we did hit Primark, and she did not really find a lot. Primark's section for her age range, like the 10 to 12, she's 11, age range, is not expansive at all. When I tell you that there were not a lot of options, there were not a lot of options. So she got a couple things from Primark, and then we ran over to Zara because the mall was closing. We got to the mall at like 7:15. The mall closed at 8, or maybe it was it was 7:15, and the mall closed at 8. So we got there late, so we're like running like full speed through the mall to try to get to different stores and try to execute our plan, which we did. She got everything she needed at Zara, which was a great thing. Dear Diary, one thing me and my husband are going to do is take advantage of some time to have a date. And secondly, one thing we're going to do is make sure we get to Sampan several times a month. On this particular night, Leila was staying the night with my niece, so we were like, okay, this is prime time to get over to Sampan. At first, we were nervous about it because we left camp kind of late. Some kids got picked up kind of late. So we're like, okay, we're already past the 4 p.m. start time. Sampan is crazy on any day, but especially on Fridays for happy hour, it's crazier. So we were nervous about getting a seat. But when we walked in, some people were leaving out. Perfect timing to get seating at the chef's table. We were more than happy. We got all of our normal favorites, but that time sit at the chef's table, we got to see them fry up some crispy duck, and that inspired our visit in a couple of episodes from now. Tune into an episode, maybe a couple ones behind this one, meaning going a couple weeks forward. You'll see us experience that crispy duck, and it was an experience worth living. Dear Diary, as I said, this was a week of preparation. But although we had a lot of preparing to do, we still had our normal duties to fulfill, such as the finale of a basketball league that our littles or our mids boys were involved in, that we had Leila and Sam playing with them. But we thought, okay, since Leila is with our niece, we can wake up a little earlier, head over to get some breakfast, head over to the DMV in King of Prussia, because we're thinking the lines can't be that crazy out there. Wrong. We pulled up, the line was out the door, around the parking lot, and leading out the parking lot. So we were like, okay, obviously we can't stand in this right now, so we have to come back later. When I say later, I mean we got there around like 11ish. We did not leave that place until about 6:30. Like 6:30. The DMV closes at 5. We walked in, we're hearing chatter, da 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 da. You know, I've been here since da da da. And it feels like when we're in the actual line standing to get in, that things are moving. To that point, I was right and wrong. Yes, the line to get in, to get a number was moving. Once you sat down, you were seated for some hours. Hours. We stood in the line to get our number for about an hour to an hour and a half. Once we got seated, when I say hours, hours. And it's so unfortunate, right? On both sides. Number one, for the DMV workers, they're understaffed. They're not giving them enough resources to get everything done and such, right? And then for the client or the customer, it's like, dang, we're sitting down waiting for hours. We only see 5 out of the 12 windows occupied with people to help you even get what you need to be done. It's just overall so inefficient, and it feels like they're doing it on purpose to turn people away to not even try, which is unfortunate. So before we left the house, I was joking with Maurice because he grabbed like our whole folder of important documents. I'm like, what are you grabbing all that for? Just grab our birth certificates and let's go. And he was like, no, I'm taking it just in case, right? So mind you, I wait all those hours and I get to the front and I'm like handing him all of my materials. Like even Maurice had to leave out while we were waiting to go get printouts of things that have his name and address on it, because my birth certificate, when I got it last week, because I had to get it over again, it had like my address and name on the bottom, so they used that as like the second form. So he got some stuff printed out, came back, within the timing, and I get to the front and the guy's like, oh, because your name is different on your birth certificate than it is on your social security card, we need proof or your marriage license to show that that's why your name changed. And I didn't realize that he had that on him. So I'm devastated, because I'm I waited all these hours. I can't even get my real ID. And then I would have to come back and do it again, wait all those hours, because they can't get you in ahead of everybody else. You just have to wait in line. And the manager had actually came out while we were all waiting and was like, hey guys, this is how it is every single day. And it's been this way since they announced that you need your real ID to travel domestically. It's been like this every single day. So I'm devastated, obviously. So I ran up to Maurice. I'm like, I can't even get it. Da, 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 da. He was like, oh no, I have it in our folder. The one that you laughed at me for bringing. So of course I had to be like, you know what? Sorry. Also, thank you. I went back up to the guy with the biggest smile and biggest relief, and I got it done. We got it done after all those hours. Dear Diary, although we spent most of this week preparing for travel, we also spent a lot of this week surrounded by love. We spent all those hours in the DMV bonding and ended the week with my godson and my sister over for some treats and some good family time. Until next time, Diary.